you can, first of all, you can join on Twitter Spaces, and I'll just put your mic up to the thing, and you can say Abadaba Baba Booey for all I really care. I've got this little smoke effect here, by the way. It's literally a, would you call it a humidifier? It's an air maker. It does something with just putting some air into the room. It's got some drops of, I'm going to hold this up here. What I've got. It's a eucalyptus oil. Bam. Look at that. That's framed well in the shot too. And I put that in there, and suddenly just my entire room is a little fresher. I'm a little more at ease, microscopically. But yeah, you make that connection. You meet somebody at a show or at an event or at a nonprofit, this or that. And what happens? It feels good, and then they're gone. And, you know, a week from then or a day from then, if you meet 10 people at a show, how do you stay in touch with them? It's funny that I'm doing this on Twitter and YouTube, but I'm going to be really talking to you about email, because that's where my website stuff is. And in fact, what the hell? Why are we? This has been a nice long intro, which is fine, but it's like, wow, we've talked a lot, right? Let me pull this up. Let's take our time. We're not in a huge rush here. And I'm going to walk through this stuff in many different ways. I'm going to show a Trello board. I'm going to show a live stream. I'm going to show database of ideas. One of the things that I like to do when somebody asks me who I am, what I've got going on, I've got like a few different techniques. One of them is I have a page on my website that is always showing what I'm doing now. And I make it a big priority that I am going to like update this every single week. And I've done a pretty good job of doing it. You know, basically every Monday I sit here and I go, what is new in my life? And what can I talk about? And generally, how many things does the average person actually have going on? Like maybe 1, 2, 3. Where is my now page? It's going to be funny if this page like sucks. I haven't looked at it since last week. Podcast network, always recording new podcasts. I have a connect page, which I'm going to talk to you about. It's really important to me that if you are seeing me and you're talking to me, you can update me with what you have going on. And this is the hotline. I'm going to show it to you later, but I've got like a weekly show that is at the Mixed D Media Cafe. It's Takeover Tuesday. It's in Atlanta. If you live in Atlanta, you know where the Vortex is. And the Vortex has like, I can't really describe to you how good the hamburgers at the Vortex are. You eat them and it's just like it melts in your mouth. You've never had a hamburger that melts in your mouth before, but it's pretty extraordinary. It's different. It's something special. But let's say you were to buy a burger at the Vortex. You could walk from the Vortex to the little 5 Point Center, which is where a lot of this base of operation stuff is. But we do that every week. And my goal, my ambition is that, and I'll show you some clips from that show, just in case you're not just on the beat here. But it's Tuesday. It is every single Tuesday at 2 p.m. You know, if you're an artist in Atlanta, you probably have some free time at 2 p.m. A lot of the time, you know, we talked about scheduling like shows in the evening. You know, when I was at DSA, it's just a lot of, well, you have this just infantilized version of what a working person does. And if a person has a real job, they're busy from 9 to 5. But that is not literally the case. Just I know lots of artists and stuff, lots of producers who are working at night. What if you're working at 8 p.m.? you're working on a show or something, you've got a weekly meeting of your own, you've got an event. Really what I've wanted to do, and that's whether I'm here on Twitter or on YouTube or I'm just out in life, is to have something that's like a community of communities. Which for me is like reaching out to people who run organizations. Whoa, what happened? Uh-oh. I'm gonna, it looked like my Twitter space fell away. We'll try this again. No problemo. Hold on a second. I'm gonna be here for a little while, so don't stress about the minute to minute. Twitter Spaces is a nightmare, by the way. There's nothing interesting here at all. Do you guys want to see what Twitter Spaces looks like for me? I'm a little worried that it's going to show you like a reflected version. Let's see. Yeah. You can actually see how whack Twitter Spaces is here in real time. That's fun. Hold on. Solana meme coin casino, the global talent visa. What is that? More blockchain nonsense. Bolsonaro is live, maybe. Elon versus Brazil. There's nothing good. Gain followers, probably to pitch your blockchain related device. So who's, you're not missing anything if it takes extra, whoa. Hey. Give me a few seconds here, folks. Digital creators, mindful wellness, entrepreneurship. Those are going to be my topics. All right, here we go. We're back. All right. Sorry for the brief delay. Anyway, yeah. So where did we leave off? Yeah, just making a community of communities. And a lot of the times people are busy and they don't always have the ability to go to a meeting. Sometimes you only got 2 minutes to send something. And my goal is for the Takeover Tuesday show, which is, again, Tuesday afternoons at 2. If you're watching on YouTube, on Mixed Deity Live, then it's, you can just go to the Mixed Deity YouTube channel. You can also be here on Twitter, stream, video, whatever. And yeah, you can share a video update. You can share an audio update. You can even send text messages if you're just old fashioned and that's how you get down. But I really want the goal to be for people to share what they've got going on through town, and so that you'll be able to have, when you tune in on Tuesday, like, here's what's happening downtown, and it's either it's live or it's a taped, play in, and hopefully you can just see the highlights. And when I started this stream, I talked about the epidemic of loneliness and how hard it is for a lot of people to make human connections with the people around them. And it's my hope that even if you're very demotivated and you're very you just barely want to leave the house, that you'll be able to see, like, all right, here's what's going on around the city. And it's this, it's that, it's everything, right? And that you see so many images that are so exciting, and you hear from so many people in person that are welcoming, that this is like an opportunity, if you're a person who's making a community, that you can kind of take the first step and you can invite people to join you and be a part of it, right? Yeah. So that's the hotline. And that's just part of the outer bounds of the technology in terms of like getting people to open up. And it starts with somebody who's on the far end of that, showing you the way to get in, to go forward, like physically encouraging you to send an email or to go in person or to make a phone call or just whatever that first step is, making it as easy as possible. That's really cool. The show, Takeover Tuesday, there are 2 landing pages, and this is the mixed deity one. And this one is like, it's blank, sure. But by blank, I mean, it's a black and white page. So if you're listening to this, don't freak out or anything. It's a black and white page that's got the logo. It's got watch at Mixed Deity Live. It's got watch the show archives, which I'm just going to show you. And there are different ways to participate in this. You can submit an idea. And if you do that, then you are a contestant for the game part of the show. And the idea is, you know, I wrote a book. And if you've read it, it's called The No Boss System. And in fact, I've been thinking about reading it or doing like commentary on it. I haven't really tried to sell it. I haven't really even properly given it away. I mean, it's on Google Drive. So if you go to my website, and my website is heybrandon.com/book, you can, when you go to that website, heybrandon.com/book, you can read the whole book for free. It's just there. It's your reward for being one of the people left in the world that reads books. But Takeover Tuesday is kind of a build on the ideas that are inside my book, which is that, you know, a big part of making those connections is being able to speak. You know, once you get over this initial shyness, these issues of, do I have the time? Do I have the money? Do I have the skills? All these, you know, anytime you want to do anything that fixes a problem, you've got to go through all of these emotional hurdles before you can really properly do it. So I really wanted to build this to help you with that. So this show, you know, once you watch the show that talks about what's going on in town, there's a game. And in the game, the contestant comes in and there's a panel. And the panel's 2 or 3, sometimes 4 people that will listen to your idea. And we ask you some core questions. So we'll ask you, what is your idea? Who is it for? Who's the target demographic for this? We'll also ask, what's the relationship to money for this idea? What do you actually need for this to happen? And whether that's a book or a movie or a game, there's always some need for community involvement. Even if you've got funding, you need somebody to spread the word about it. You need people to help you talk about it. So many of the like good works of art are community projects. Like, I watch YouTube a lot. And if you have a favorite YouTube channel, feel free to send it to me and I'll at least look at it. But one of the things that I like about YouTube is that it's there's no dead air on YouTube. You know, like there's writing, you know, somebody writes the script usually, or if they don't, then it's not the kind of YouTube video I'm talking about. There's some graphics, there's some video editing of some kind, so that you're not just looking at one person's face all the time, but there's like some measure of variety. And once you've done with that, there's sound, you know, there's a lot of wrangling with YouTube. You're putting in titles and tags, and there's thumbnails. So there's just lots going on there. So you answer these questions, and it's just kind of your way to get on an idea board. And once you're on that board, the whole community, and the Mixed Deities mailing list has like 1,000 subscribers. Once you're on that board, then yeah, it becomes, there's a whole level of systems that go into people seeing your idea and people reaching out to you proactively. There's this whole level of work that you've got to go through in order to put your idea in someone's hands. And when we started the show, I said I was going to talk about like some of the systems that go into building a community. And I'm going to walk you through website. I'm going to walk you through booking forms, appointments, one-on-one conversations. I'm going to walk you through email follow-up. And if any of these really grab you, or if you need, like if you're just ready to see something, just comment. I'm just happy to talk to you about whatever you've got going on. It's no big deal. But yeah, you've got to go through a lot of steps in order to meet someone, especially if you want to activate them as a member of your organization. You've got to make a list. You've got to speak to them. You've got to follow up with them and have like a conversation like that. I'm actually going to show you a graph. I made a chart. This is so crucial that like it's easy to just visually illustrate it, right? Where we got. Where we got. Close enough. From finding people, approaching them, following up, doing one-on-ones, and then they're in your sphere. They're in your circle. You know what I mean? There's just, you've got to walk through all those steps in order to really get someone on your permanent circle. So how do we make each of these consistent? Because it's very rare that a person or even a group of people is going to be able to do this consistently, right? So it can be freaking overwhelming to do that, but it's doable. It's doable. And when you see it, you'll be happy. I'm going to go back because when we started this, I was on the back end of my website and there was a lot to share, and I want to share it. Oh, there's another thing on my Now page, by the way. It's free. If you are watching this and you want to go really in depth, you really want to see the whole thing, and this is free too. Wow. Brandon, don't you want money from people? Why are you giving away so many things for free? Things have got to have some amount of scale before you can monetize them. This is a workshop, and it's over the course of 5 days, and it's called Members in Community. And I walk through just these interlocking systems. And if you've got 6 minutes, there's a video right here that walks you through the entire thing, which is very cool. But I walk you through, strategy, content, memberships, making the page, retention, traffic, growth, all that stuff. It's at ghostcoast.video/memberships. And buddy, you can just look at it. That's going to have you put in your email address because you got to have it in order to receive the links and stuff like that. Yeah. So let's go back. Let's like they say in Lost, we have to go back. It's not optional. And yeah, I'm gonna actually walk you through how that page works. I'm also going to talk to you about organizing. I might take a break, by the way, because this might end up being a monster video. This is a little less like a webinar and more like going to Woodstock. So if you've got any questions about community organizing, technology, WordPress, email, sales funnel, volunteering, video, live cast, streaming, newsletters, bookmarks, keeping track of your thoughts with voicemail, audio. There's a lot going on here. You can just hop in. You can hop in. And we're on Twitter Spaces. What happened? Yeah, I'm still here, I think. What is happening? Well, I'm live. I'm on the Twitter video anyway. That's cool. Yeah, there's been enough talking. Let's walk through some things. Let's be exciting here. All right. What's most interesting to talk about here? Let's sort of talk about these in the order that you're likely to run into them. Fluent booking. This is really a tool that helps with your calendar. And for me, Calendly has been such a huge pain in the butt. Calendly has caused me more stress than anything on the damn planet and than anything in the damn world. This app, you pay $15 a month. You pay $15 a month, and it, like, you put in time you're available to talk to somebody. It sends messages here and there, and tries to get them like in the room. The problem with Calendly, and like I love the concept, I guess, is that the problem with Calendly is that it costs exponentially more money when you have a team involved. So like if you have like a committee that's supposed to do intakes, like they're supposed to like onboard people, they're supposed to welcome you to a community, or even if they're like a business and they're doing sales calls, it's not easy. Because the price goes up like crazy. Fluent Booking is a WordPress plugin, and you don't have to worry about paying more than once. Hallelujah, sweet day, and it covers your whole team, and they can put in their own availability. It's a familiar tool. In the past, we used Go High Level. And like, if you're not familiar with Go High Level, it does everything. It is everything that we are talking about today. It is your website, it's your calendar, it's your lead generation, it's your email. You know, you can send out emails to people who are subscribed. It can also help you build relationships by tagging people, which I'm going to show you all of that here in a minute. But let's really quickly look at Fluent Booking one more time. It works just like Calendly. You put in your information, you put in just your settings, your email, your calendar time, when to put it in, what kind of pre-meeting things you want. And it also tags people who book. so that you'll never truly lose track of them. Somebody fills out that form, and my website, you can go to ghostcoast.video/call, and I'm going to type it in here. I might not have time to talk to you, but I'll never go away. You know, it just, I'll always be in the mix, which is just great. And you pick a day, and I'm not super available lately. I've just got stuff going on all the time. Like if you're meeting me on a Tuesday, I'm getting ready for a show. So call me and I'll move that meeting to Tuesday afternoon. I know that I'm revving up for my weekly show, but I don't really have like high availability for any of this stuff. But I am available. You know, if you have a business that needs help, you have a community organization, you have a nonprofit, I sit down with you. I talk about how your organization works. And what I like to do, and I'm going to show you this again later in the stream, is I usually make like a social media sampler that is based on our conversation. Like I make a recording, and then from there, it's like a matter of boy, this what do I do with audio is a whole new frame of discussion. But we put it in a database, we tag it, we transcribe it, we make a record of it, get your email, and then we make carousels, tweets, LinkedIn posts, just all of the social media stuff. We haven't even scratched the surface of any of that yet, but I'm really excited to. I'm going to pace myself. It's not like I'm in a room where there are 80 people screaming down my neck. But also at the same time, I know that like someone's going to say, hey, I want to watch this. Where do I go? And I want it to have some kind of direction. We're going to talk about audio soon. But yeah, no. All of that is to say that once you book, you are in the mix. And that mix is in a CRM. It is customer relationship management. And if you ain't got a CRM, you are not going to be able to keep track of like 100 people. You know, there's this concept called Dunbar's number. And when I started the company last year, I was really into using Dunbar's number as a metaphor for like, what's the practical utility of this? Of anything that I'm doing. And it's, I use Dunbar's number, which is a human being can only keep 120 ideas, 120 people rather, in their head at one time. How many people can you devote your time to during the week? 7 to, if you were to make like, you know, 14 to 28 people per day each week, and you were to like really like call them each day, you'd be just burned out. And to actually do anything for even a fraction of them, like 1%, 2%, 3%, you'd have to have a very narrowly defined set of things that you do, which I mean, I do, but it's just tough to do. So a CRM is customer relationship management software. And the way that it works is you make a database of people. It's like a spreadsheet. And it keeps all of your contacts. I'm not going to show all of my contacts here on Twitter, but you'll see the idea, which is it keeps your contacts. It gives you lists of emails to send. You can send a single email, or you can send a sequence to people. And if you are, like, let's say you got the members and community course, you would get over time, you'll get a download link. You'll get core elements that go into a membership site. You'll get advice on building the membership. You'll hear about retention, and you'll hear about traffic over the course of 5 days. And I've been doing stuff like that for freaking years for other people who've written books, who have seminars, who do live shows and performances. Because it's just very tough if you're like really making it, you're getting famous or something. You might not always have the time. You just might not always have the time for individual communications with every single person. You need, in addition to that one-to-one communication that comes from like someone booking a call with you, you also need the one-to-many communication that's you talking to all of the people who've expressed interest, everybody who signed up for a course, everybody who's joined an email, everybody who's signed up for a group, everybody that's joined a Twitter space, whatever it is, right? And that one-to-many communication is really important. I'm not going to show the contact screen, but there's a lot that goes into it. Just that other things that I can share here. Yeah, you can put them on tags based on whether they fill out a form. I'm going to show you the form system in a bit, but you can put them, like if they say that they're an artist, you can tag them artist and they'll be in your CRM. Now, next time you have something to say, you know, you go to an artist meeting, you want to keep your artist friends in the loop, you just tag artist. That's pretty cool. If you are like into like politics, you just tag them by their political interests. They want to save the whales. All you got to do is have them fill out a form that says, yes, save the whales. If they're interested in like labor, if they're interested in looking for a job, if they're interested in childcare, if they need transportation, they just fill out a form. And then once they've done that, it's checked off and it's next to their name. And even better, they can change it themselves, right? So boom, easy. Before we get into like continuing education, and by the way, all of this integrates with the app of your choice. So if you've got like your own favorite email app, I don't know, no problem. I'm going to show you Fluent Forms. We talked about forms being like an important thing here because it is. Let's show you the check-in. All right, so this is a check-in form, and the way that it works is that you put in your interests, and if you go to ghostcoast.video/network, this is going to tap you in there, right? I'm going to put it on the screen. Boom. Okay, so you'll be able to put in who you are, what your skills are, what your interests are, and this is going to tag you in the system, and it's going to put you in the CRM. And this particular form, which is for Mixdeity, will also put you on a Trello. So you put in your name, you put in your phone, you put in your email, you put in your URL, and then you put in professional community that you're known for. So if you're in the music industry, boom. If you're a film person, if you're in events, if you're in activism, I'm not going to list all of these. They're here. What do you need? And generally, when we talk about community building, I'll tell you this, because I talk about this in my course too. Generally, when we talk about community, people are really looking, especially online, they're looking for fun, right? They're looking for expertise. They're looking for community, the supportive, or they have like some material need that they've got to get in play. And if you are touching on all of those, fun, expertise, community, need, you've got all the building blocks. If you ask somebody why they're subscribed to anything, they're going to give you one of those. You know, think of all the subscriptions that you have now. Your power bill is a subscription. You need it. I need it. Yeah. You've got it's tied to one of your basic needs. If it's community aspect, you want to meet people and connect with them. If it's expertise, if it's expertise, you always need a specific person that's gonna help you sometimes. Just the idea of everybody has their own specific situation all the time. And that can be stressful. It's always great to have a specific person that has specific knowledge about your specific situation, right? So for this one, let's go back. Let's look at it. An affordable space or venue, affordable vending slots, networking events, support to launch my product, volunteer and career opportunities, mentorship. What are the odds that you don't need one of those 6 things if you're an artist? Like, come on, let's be serious. And this has, I self-identify as a blank. Whoa. Trying to do this here. This is going to be a little easier for you guys to read. Yeah, good enough. I'm not going to read all of these, but you see the idea. So again, if there's a need for any of these things, we can send an email and tag you as an activist, a model, a gamer, and a social butterfly. And now, whenever we need any of those things, boom. And also, what are you giving back? What's your plan? Time, skills, network, money, location, products, other. And a product can be anything. Even if you don't have time, first of all, in the most abstract and philosophical sense, everyone has time. Not in the sense of if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean. But more in the sense of if you're giving someone a product, let's say that you are making eucalyptus oil and you want to send me some free eucalyptus oil, right? Boom. I don't know why I'm putting this up like it's an unboxing. It's the thing that's closest to my hand, okay? Jeez, leave me alone. But if you've got a product, that's time, because it's something that you did in the past. It's really cool being a human being if you can say, hey, I need something, and then another animal that's a human says, I did this in the past and it's here and you can just use it right now, saving you so much time. There's no wonder why we got all the other animals in cages and begging for sausages. Anyway, yeah, an aside, but also, what makes you unique? What's your social media? And I'm going to get into this later, but just omni-channel. I have a little bit of a presence on all of the channels. They tell you choose one to succeed. And I did that for a while. I was on Twitter for the longest time. But I would go and talk to somebody in real life. And literally every place that I go has a different social media network. If I'm at a party and I talk to a girl, she's on Instagram and she doesn't even know what any other social media is. I've done I'll be I'm on Twitter. She's like, what is Twitter? I don't even have that. They call it X now. But if you're doing a professional thing, you're on LinkedIn. And actually, Twitter is great for just meeting absolute freaks and goblins and monsters and weirdos. And I know lots of those. People that live in trash. They're all on Twitter. But Yeah, Instagram, one group of people. Twitter, one group of people. Professional contacts, LinkedIn. Uh, YouTube has just lots of viewers, and YouTube. One of the things that's great about YouTube is just you can stream stuff. Like you've got like a lot of room to stream. YouTube has like unlimited hard drive space. How long until Google starts charging you to upload shit? Probably not forever. All of that is to say, being on multiple channels is kind of important. All of that is just a way to get them back to your main system and program, which really, ultimately, you want to be on email and phone with people. And the reason for that is these social media platforms are petty and capricious. It's like being on, do you guys remember Hercules and Xena? You know, and the gods would just do something just messed up every episode. What'd you do that for? I don't know. I just wanted to. You know, I got on Twitter last week. One of the trending, like, why is Elon Musk trending so often on Twitter since he bought the program? I know that seems like a obvious question, but this guy's not a good Twitter poster. He's not really that funny. He's not really that entertaining. He owns the platform, so he just shows up on everything all the time. You have to wade through so many unfunny memes. Sucks. Just as another side note, and this doesn't mean anything, it's just interesting. And like I said, this is going to be a marathon stream. I might break it into parts. I might leave and come back. You know, I can't predict. Take a 5-minute break. But yeah, what to say? I lost my train of thought. Let's go back to work here. Omnichannel, be everywhere, meet people, get them on email and text. Email and text predate social media, and they haven't figured out a way to milk you for an email or text message yet. Give them enough time, and they surely will. Yeah, that was my whole speech there. Once you've got somebody that's in your CRM, you really want to be able to give them like a more detailed download of who you are. Maybe you're going to write a book, but I kind of doubt it. But if you were to talk about yourself and your situation for like an hour, and this could be your dating life, it could be your knowledge and wisdom over the years, it could be community politics that you're passionate about, it could be someone that you're mad at, it could be sports, whatever it is. In order to, like, you know that everybody's got that thing that they can talk about for an hour that they're really passionate about, right? And if they were to really talk to you about it, and if you were to really vibe with them on talking to them about their core interests for an hour, that's the people that you really want to meet. Like a person that's willing to listen to you talk about something for 49 minutes, 25 people watching this on Twitter right now, you're truly in love. Many of you are just you're just browsing through. But regardless, here, look, you want to get them on a central platform where you can talk in depth. And that's what we've got here. I'm going to kind of, okay. This is the wrong one. I use LearnDash. And this LMS, you've got a CRM that keeps contacts, your database, And you've also got an LMS. This is a learning management system. And this is really invented for people who are doing like college courses. Like if you wanted to run like an online school, you could do it here. But however, this works for anything. If you've got like a digital class, if you've got, you know, just anything, you've got like, you're selling your streams, you've got a Patreon, I don't know, whatever it is, the LMS is a place to put your core hub ideas, and you can have lessons. So if you want to get in more depth about anything, whether that's phone banking, strategy, publishing podcasts, social media, membership, content, retention, you can just stick it here, right? Ta-da. And there's other features that are on LearnDash, quizzes, questions, certificates. I don't use all that shit. You probably won't either. But let's say that you wanted to be more in depth. And like, let's say somebody was like paying $500 to talk to you. You might want to have an extra bell or an extra whistle. And that's how you do it. So with those technology tools, you've basically walked someone through the entire process of being a part of your world. There's other stuff. There's outreach to new people in bulk with like email. There's tools like New Reply and Instantly that will like, you know, email groups of people, send them personalized notes from you. There's tools that'll make Instagram work better. There's just lots of tools like that. What else can I show you guys? Oh, this is cool. Let's take a minute. We've got time. I tell myself that sometimes. There's no hurry. Like, honestly, you can't compare. You know, I started talking to you guys about YouTube. And one of the things that I love about YouTube is that it's really tightly formatted. But really, you got to think about it more like FM radio. Like FM radio is pretty tightly formatted, but it's not like, it's not like you're just doing it all the time. You know, if you're listening to like one of those radio guys, they take a break. You get an ad for Dick Hills, or some other co-producer comes in, you know, whatever it is. There's just always just a little room for quiet, even if it's not dead air. But anyway, yeah, I'll show you the workshops. I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go get some water, and I might even play this thing back to back. You might have to wait 2 minutes, and you'll just have to make it. It's been an hour, and there's so much more to share. I'm going to read headlines. I'm going to talk about the news. I'm going to walk through technology. We're just going to spend the afternoon together, you and me. And it's going to be real cool. All right, so hang tight. Yeah, so check this out. By the way, hi. If you're new here, welcome back. If you know me, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome in. Whatever. I am going to show you this. This is a workshop page. And what's really cool about it is I didn't touch it very much. This is like a way for you to make a website or to contribute to a website, even if you're really bad at running a website. Like this has got a headline. And this is kind of, I'd hesitate to call it an ad, but it's a half an hour. We're coming up on like 1 year of operating as Host Coast Video. It's been just a great year. I always love when I have time to hang out and talk about what we got done and what this guy has great hair. If you're watching this, you're interested in showcase videos, which are taking that entire year of progress that you've made and making it something that you watch and share with your most valuable relationships, the donors, the volunteers, the bottleneckers that you're hearing.
compelling messages, uh, and put together to a final product that looks nice, sounds nice, that people are excited to watch. The people are still excited to watch get this content. It's basically ever for the rest of this year. In fact, it's probable that this video might be even longer use than some showcase videos because for years to come, folks might want to know a little bit about the story of Brandon Snyder, this executive director that was so beloved, and people can just pull up this video and say, this is what he was about.
And who knows what Brandon will be doing next? Who knows? It'll be a great introduction, hopefully to a great many people. Just who knows? What a mystery. So I also want to talk to people about how can they incorporate this into their own organizing, their own organization. What are some first steps? Kennedy, if you don't mind, I'm going to put up a hint.
That's a great hint. Yeah. So if you've watched this and you thought, wow, this seems like a great project, and I would love to have something like this for my organization this year, you should reach out. Go to postvideo.com, and we have a number of ways that we work with nonprofit organizations on short-term and long-term basis. We have a number of ways that you can benefit from using our content, directly grow your membership, directly grow your donors, directly increase engagement and recognition, and you can even help with things like, let's say, you want to go meet your state senators and get them talking about your issues. Well, if they've already seen your videos online, they're a lot more likely to take you seriously as somebody that they can talk to. And that's just the best. Come chat with us. We have to tell you more about the great work that you've been doing. We'd love to hear more about the work that you're doing and get involved in your causes and help you to produce content like this that would vastly increase your reach and your membership next year.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this has been a half an hour. And look at this. We've all talked enough. We've all talked enough. Okay, so all of that was cool. If you were here, we went through just all kinds of stuff. We actually showed you the video, which was great. We gave you the context. And I, just like the beginning of that thing, I was like, man, it just sucks having to repeat yourself all the time. I can just show you that. And it's in such a format that I don't have to like give you all of the context each and every time, right? So that's very cool. But also the whole procedure was not just in that one part of the page. Because if you actually go to this page, let's say that you are TLDR, TLDW, TLD, anything. This has a pretty good summary under it. So you've got what does it do, right? What are the values, the highlights? We've got clips. Maybe you just don't have the attention span to do a long scale thing. Then you can just play some clips, and I really want to add like extra reading material. Basically, what's happening here? So now, instead of spending 8 minutes going through your eventful year, you can say, hey, watch our showcase video, and you can make those 8 minutes extremely powerful, extremely detailed, extremely consistent. Sometimes there's a gap of there's only one or two people that know everything that's going on inside of your organization. Okay, that's it. You get it. So I really want to have some extra reading, some articles here. But basically the idea that's on this page as a whole is that you can either dig into it really deep and watch a whole half an hour. You can read 3 points like you're an executive. You can watch shorts if you're 18 and you have this TikTok brain and you're not going to watch half an hour of anything. Too long, didn't read. I've gone through every excuse that a person has to not be a part of what I'm doing. They can't read, they can't watch, can't listen, they can't sit still. And really, like, it's been important for me that yeah, that no matter what your excuse is, there's no excuse. The only excuse is just you aren't ready. And a lot of people ain't ready, but it's their problem. Before we go to the next topic, I'm going to show this one only because it looks 5% better, because it's got my little thing, which I kind of love. It's got me talking into a phone just like this. Hold on, I'm going to twinsies here. Hold on. Watch this. This way. Oh, now we're both doing it. Okay, cool. Okay, wait a minute. We're both posting together. I love this guy. Okay. But yeah, basically, and I'm just gonna make this the whole screen here. Yeah, this website that you're actually looking at, the ability to make it. You don't have to be a WordPress guy. You don't need to know anything about how to use a website. In organizing, there's always, and I mentioned this in the previous video, some asynchronicity. There's two people who know how to use this part of the organization, and this is the part of the organization that strangers actually see. So they've got like an extra amount of power because they control this entire layer of meet, communicate, contact. You're not touching any of that. So it's really important that we have it set up, and I'm going to show it to you in about 90 seconds, how to edit this, even if you're not a technology person. So let me show you. So this is the workshop, and this works in WordPress. And this is a tool that's inside WordPress called Advanced Custom Fields. And you can do this on any WordPress, but all of the really important parts, the headline, the subheadline, the core benefits, all of the text that's inside of here, notes, links to the shorts, if you have some sort of handout or PDF, if you have extra reading, all of that is inside this. So any idiot, with all due respect to idiots, can get in here and they can touch it, they can see it, they can use it. And if you can edit a text box, I know that you can update one of the central pages on the website. And that's the workshop tab. And this uses, like I said, WordPress's Advanced Custom Fields plugin. It also uses a custom design using my WordPress theme builder, which is called Thrive Architect. And I'm going to kind of show it to you. This ain't going to be a whole Thrive Architect walkthrough, but it's template based. You know, it's just the whole concept is, I don't need the Creative Drinking Club background. We'll use the little 5 Points Community Center background. But anyway, just the whole idea is that it's easy to edit. And with Thrive, which is being a little bit grouchy at the second. Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right. Once you start touching it, it starts going all like this. Okay. You can actually edit all of the component parts here. I'm just going to let it load. It's no big deal. But all of these individual components can be adjusted. What is this? This might be a whole extra thing because it's in it's a template. I told you guys I'm so uptight about things running quickly and having a high pace that I have to tell myself, hey, just relax. Hey, just slow down. But if it ain't working right away, I get grouchy at it and I'm getting mad at it and don't want it anymore. Right. But here we go. Text. Here's the headline. And you see, I can't edit this individual headline because the actual text was on that workshop page that I showed you earlier. But dynamic text with this little stack icon. And now I can make it have anything here. And I know that it'll be there. Now it's the core benefit. Now it's, right? Yeah, you get it. From an organizing perspective, all of these fields that are here are going to come from a working group or from a committee, or if like 5 people care about an issue and they sit down and they answer questions, their answers to the questions. I've got some technology that's too complicated to show here today, but their answers to those questions will create the page. So there's not going to be a lot of like, how do I do this? You know, so you spend all this time setting something up, and if they just don't know how to use it or they're just confused, that's just it. People just won't do it. They'll just say, yeah, I don't know how. Let me know. You've got to really be able to do it yourself, not have any roadblocks at all. But I'm always looking for people who share my skill set, share my tool set. Go to ghostcoast.video/network and put in your name, email, your skills, time that it's like normal for me to talk to you. Sometimes people are musicians. Sometimes people have a day job. Sometimes they're college students. And in these situations, you can't set a show date, say Tuesday at 2 p.m. and expect anybody to actually be there. They just won't do it. They just won't do it. But the more that you try, the more that you make it easy for people, the better, and the more that it gets done. So, hey, there's something else I want to talk about, and that is voice notes. So for me, because I'm talking all the time, how do I stay up to date on, and I started to talk to y'all about this, how do I stay up to date on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of these formats? How do I have some kind of presence on all of them when I don't have infinite free time, right? I've got some automation. I use a tool called Zapier. I'm going to introduce you to all that whole thing coming up here. Wow. And it's all about how I talk into a voice note, I upload it, and it goes into a database. And if any of you have used Airtable, I walk through the whole thing. This is the last thing that I'm going to show for now. And then I'm going to take a break. This is everyone's first time ever seeing this. It's not something that I've been just sharing around with the world. But world premiere, I'm going to share this with you. This is all about my social media automation platform. So watch it, like it, be a part of it. Here we go. Boom. Multiple Brandons. I love looking at myself.
It's been like a year since I started Ghost Coast Video, and one of the cool things who are frustrated
Yeah, cool. So that was a lot. Just you know what I'm doing to a much deeper, more intimate degree than you did 2.5 hours ago. Uh, we went through a lot. We went through audio. We went through video production. There's actually more to tell. You know, we could talk about social media. We could talk about copywriting, but honestly, like we hit the big ones. I think. I feel like it's possible. It's probable. Um, so yeah, if you want to see more of this stuff I've made, in addition to the many free things that I have going on here, you can see my book. It's free. HeyBrandon.com/book. You can network with me at my weekly live cast, TakeOverTuesday.com. It's free. You can call me, GhostCoast.video/call. It's free. You can network with me and get access to me in long form, GhostCoast.video/network. It's free. Wow. There's so much. Just whatever way you like to be a part of stuff, I got you covered. Anyway, I really could just go on even longer, and maybe I'll come back later in the evening. But I feel like I've covered the whole deal. So that's it. I'm gonna take a break. Gonna take a nap. Gonna cook. Gonna eat. Just gonna live my life. So I'll talk to you again after a while. Why stretch this out?